Hello guys, welcome to another video by Water Art Project. If you want to know more about it, just click on the link below. Today I would like to talk about effects we can create with watercolors and also show some of them to you. The work with watercolors is not simple because it often looks like we have to control the coincidence, big amount of water, making stains, gradients and so on, and then combine it in one image. Our project will guide you through this process, beginning with the simplest paintings, which are more like fun and relax, so you can easily understand the basic rules and then continue with larger works. So let's start with the effects. You can try this on your own too. I used Fabriano cold pressed paper, again you can see it in the link below, and synthetic flat brush. Watercolors are white nights, but you can do this with any brand and use also cheaper watercolor paper. There are many effects you can do using various materials, chemicals or brushes. I'm going to show you some of the most common effects. The one I'm using the most is wet on dry. First we paint one color layer, let it dry and then paint another one by using the same or different color. I will let this one dry and continue with wet on wet. So again the first layer is painted and while it is still wet we can add another color and make stains. We can see how quickly the color mix with each other, and if we want just some small stains we can splatter the color this way. Now there is my favorite effect, using of salt. It is also quite simple. We need a wet layer of paint again and then we add salt. We can use different amounts of it to see how it reacts and wait till it dries. Then we can remove salt. These next two effects look really interesting in my opinion. We will use a food foil, which we can find in every household I think, and a piece of tin foil. Again we have to paint the basic layer and then just lay the foil on it. We can crumple it more to achieve smaller shapes. And we can see them already. We will use the same process with the tin foil. Now the wax effect. It's probably the most exploited one. We can use crayons in various colors, but also a candle. Very nice effects can be achieved also with tissues. While the color is wet, we can smoothly touch the surface with the tissue. It will remove just some parts where the pressure is strongest. Another effect we can use for the backgrounds or the sky, for example, is gradient in one color. Start on the top with one stroke with enough paint. Then add more water on your brush and make a stroke on the edge of the previous stroke. Clean your brush and make another strokes with clean water at the bottom. The color will dissipate and create smooth transitions. We can do the same thing by using another color instead of water. This causes gradient in two colors. You can try to make it the same way or paint two stripes first and connect them with water after. If there are some mistakes, you can remove them by using dry brush. The next effect is not possible on all types of paper. Some papers absorb the paint, so it can't be removed after it dries. I use the type which allows me to clean up some parts. It can be done while the paint is still wet or after it dries. Dry paint creates sharper edges. I will use the tissue again. It's good when the brush is not dry completely because it takes water better. You can see how it works on a wet paint, and I will try the rest after it dries. Now, one really playful effect achieved by using alcohol. I'm going to start with the gradient of two colors. It is good to prepare a small amount of alcohol and use thin round brush. I can touch the paint more or less to achieve different sizes of dots. The last effect we are going to try is also created by using another material. Bubble wrap will help us to make dots in a more organized structure. It's the same as with food or tin foil. We put the wrap on a wet paint and let it dry. Now we can finish the first effect, wet on dry. The edges are sharp and it is really easy to use the shape of the brush. We can also make strokes with clean water to feather the paint. The different type of brushes can make different effects. A hard brush allows to make splatters. Let's take a look at washing out again when the paint is dry. It's really simple to make pale lines. If you want them to be brighter, use a tissue. Now, when the paint is dry, we can remove all those foils to see the results. So these were some of the most common watercolor effects. I hope you guys found this video useful and you would like to continue to learn with us. If so, check out our Steemit account. Thanks for watching!